Okay, so today's video we're going to talk about my album wall hanger frames. Now, they might look exactly the same, but they're not. I've got two different kinds of frames, and there's one that I'm really bummed has been discontinued. I'm Jake, and welcome back to my lounge. So we want to talk about the frames that I use to display my albums. Now, I bought the original set of frames several years ago from Ikea. These are the Gladsax. See if you can zoom in on that. You cannot get these anymore. I've looked many times to maybe see if somebody just came across a surplus, abandoned shipping container or something, and no. Of course, being from Ikea, they were pretty cheap. I don't remember how much they were, no more than $10. The reason I like them is of their sleek design. They're not too cumbersome at all. I'm going to pull this out here. So you've got this pretty sturdy, just aluminum frame, and then it's got plate glass that is glued in, so it doesn't move, so you can clean it as you need to. The records fit in there great. You can even put in some, I've got some compilation albums, so they're a bit thicker, heavier, double albums, gatefolds, and they'll fit in there great. And then I just have a nail, pretty sturdy nail, where they'd be centered on. In fact, speaking of centering, then it's just got this kind of particle board panel in the back and these corner tension clips that just snap right in there. No problem. Hurry and put these in here. But they are not available anymore. So Ikea, I live in Utah, and we have an Ikea about 45 minutes south of us, right off the I-15, right off the freeway. And I would just ask Ikea to bring this thing back. I think with the vinyl craze that's been going on the last few years, they'd clear these things out no problem. Now, I wanted to do the 3 rows of albums on the wall, but I only had enough for the top 2. And I spent a lot of time looking for some type of an alternative because I didn't want to start from scratch, and I wanted something that looked fairly identical. And this is what I found. I'm not even going to tell you where to go for these. They're cheap for a reason. They're not as good as the Ikea Gladsax. It's just fun to even say Gladsax. But the metal frame is almost identical. Differences being this front, this is not glass. This is some cheap plastic flimsy thing. It also holds, a double album gatefold. It will hold that. It's got these additional clips on the back, but they rattle. When I've got something going really loud, these guys will actually rattle, so you need to make sure that all of these are in place. And you'll see what I'm showing you here. But this, so I suppose I could find a way to get some plate glass like the Gladsax offer, but it takes alignment. You need to align this properly and make sure it's nice and secure so it doesn't rattle. The Gladsax do not rattle. So anyways, let me know what you think, what your best vinyl album display frame is, and let's start a petition if anybody knows someone at Ikea to bring the Gladsax back.